certified life coach, and my passion is to build the confidence and the self-esteem of people. To find out more about me, you can check out my link tree on my Periscope profile. I have a link tree there that you can click and to find out more about me. So thank you for joining me. I am going to share with you today, are your bad habits holding you back? That's what I'm going to share with you, because I've been thinking about that for the last couple of weeks, about bad habits, things that I do as an individual, things that I have observed about other people, what they do. Are those things holding them back? Some things I can see that it's holding them back, but then I've turned around and I've posed that question to myself. So I want to share with us, and for us to kind of think about our habits. What do we know as a bad habit that we need to work on? I was thinking about a book that I was kind of reading maybe about a month ago, and it was describing something to do with our minds. Our minds are like gardens, and we can let weeds of anger, frustration, bitterness, all kinds of things, they can gather up in our minds. But if we don't take the time to weed out our minds from these negative things, which in this book they call them weeds, the weeds will eventually overtake and begin to dominate our mind. You know, if you have a garden and if you don't weed it regularly, like maybe every week, every couple of weeks, those weeds will eventually overtake your beautiful garden and ruin it, because you will not be able to see the beauty of the garden because of the weeds. And about a month ago, because we just had the royal wedding here in London between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and about 3 weeks before they got married, I actually went down to Kensington Palace, and I went to the sunken gardens where they had those famous photographs when they announced their engagement and they came walking down the steps and the world's press were taking photographs of them. I actually visited that garden, and it is so beautiful. It is so immaculate, that garden. And they have gardeners who go there, have gardeners that look after that garden. There was not one weed in sight. The garden was immaculate with a waterfall, and it was very peaceful. Even though there was a lot of people there, the garden was very, very peaceful. And they have taken the time to manicure that garden. And every day when people go there, they can really appreciate the beauty of that garden. And we were told, there's a sign up there, and it was saying that when Princess Diana was alive, she used to come down into that garden and speak to the gardeners and, find out from them the kind of things they used to do to keep the garden in that kind of tip-top shape. She used to talk to them, and there's an area of that garden that has been dedicated to the memory of Princess Diana. So I want to just share with you the importance of looking after your mind, not allowing the weeds of life to dominate your thinking or to dominate your mind, to continuously try and not allow your bad habits to hold you back. We all have them. We all have things that we have to work on a daily basis. And what I want to challenge you to do is to keep working on those habits, those bad habits, until they move from a negative to a positive. Everybody has them. And what you're struggling with may be not something that I'm struggling with. And what I'm struggling with is not something that you may be struggling with. We all have different struggles. But the main point is that we're working on those areas. We're working on doing our best every day, and we are weeding the garden of our mind. Okay? So, I've just got a few points here about bad habit. Now, the first thing is sometimes we can be too stubborn to let go of a bad habit because it's become our security blanket. Sometimes a bad habit, I know someone, known them for quite a while now, they have a particular bad habit, which I'm not going to discuss on this broadcast, but that particular habit has become their security blanket. They feel safe, but what they actually don't seem to realize is that this habit is holding them back from their progression. This habit is holding them back from moving forward. And you can actually see the tentacles of this thing entering the different aspects of their life. So this person's bad habit needs work. The person knows about it, but to actually get up and do something about it, that's another story. And I want to challenge you to do something about the habits that you know you need to work on. Now, so sometimes we may have to let go of situations. You know what your bad habits are. You know what you need to work on. And I want to challenge you to work on those things, okay? The next thing that's important about habits is to learn from people around you who have bad habits. We don't all, there are some lessons that we learn from going through particular things, but there are lessons in life that we learn from other people. We can observe other people, see what they are doing, and we can see the negative impact, and we can learn from them. So there are some lessons we learn that we have to go through, but there are some lessons that we learn from others. Even though I've been through a lot of things, I have learned lessons from observing the behavior and the speech from other people. And I'm sure people have observed negative and positive about me and have learned. So we can all learn something from the people we surround ourselves with, even things that we're listening to in the news. You can learn from those things, positive and negative, learn from the mistakes, and you can apply them to yourself and move on in life, okay? So don't be afraid to learn from other people's mistakes and failures. Take the lessons from them and input them into your own life, okay? And the last thing is about bad habits is that, you have to be able to apologize for making making mistakes. Some people never apologize. They never say sorry. Sorry is not in their vocabulary, because that can fortify itself into a really, really bad habit, and it can hinder relationships. It can even hinder you from not receiving certain opportunities, because you have not learned the art of an apology. And an apology can mend bridges and move you forward. I have seen apologies really open doors for people. And I've seen people who refuse to apologize where the door has been shut on particular opportunities. There's a particular person, another person that I know, who they are always right. But I have seen specific doors close on them because they have a habit of never apologizing, and it has actually shut the door on that particular person. Okay, so I just want to challenge you with those few things. Don't be too stubborn to let go of a habit. Famous people have a reputation for being divas, and there's a couple of celebrities at the moment who have a reputation of that, and nobody will hire them because they have a bad habit of being a diva, being demanding, always expecting, charging more than they're worth, making excessive demands. That can shut the door on particular opportunities that they want. And this particular person that I'm thinking about, they can't get a job in the entertainment industry because of a particular reputation that they have. So I want to challenge you to really think about the bad habits, or not even just the bad habits, the areas of your life that need working on, check to see if they are actually blocking you from moving you forward or holding you back. Okay, this is not just a work for one or two people. Every single person on the planet needs to develop themselves daily. And you know, somebody who is 90 odd, they still need to work on themselves. They still need to keep moving. They still need to really look at who they are. But by that time in life, hopefully they would have gained a bit of wisdom, and they will be able to impart certain things about their life to younger people and challenge them to make sure that they don't make the same mistakes. So that is my broadcast to you today. I really hope that you have learned something. So please make sure that when you visit my YouTube channel, that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow my YouTube channel, subscribe, and you know, get your notifications on. Okay, so thank you for joining me, and I really pray that you learned something from this. But thank you for joining me, as I said, and I look forward to seeing you in my next broadcast. Okay, bye, and don't forget to check out my link and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be doing some live broadcasts over there. Okay, bye.